Yo, welcome to Outside the Box OTB Boxing Class 1-on-1. New students, subscribe on your way in. Old students, I appreciate it if you hit that like button. I ain't tripping about no likes, man. We know our content fire. We got a DAZN fight card to break down, man. We got a fight announcement coming up. We got a Showtime card. We got another DAZN card tonight. We got Duke Reagan fighting on the ESPN undercard tonight. Go check all that out, man. It's a good day to be a boxing fan. That's all I'ma say, man. This fight card that we had on DAZN featured the likes of Triple G, Gennady Golovkin. He was fighting Ryoto Murata, and it was a pretty good fight. It was a good, all right, little fight card. Fight card also featured the likes of Junto Nakatani. I was anxious to see Nakatani again. Last time I seen him, he was impressive. He would be fighting some Ito. He would be fighting little Ito. We seen Ito fight Jamel Herring though, so I had seen Ito fight before, and the first fight was Yoshino and Ito who fought Ito. Nakatani was fighting Yamauchi. I'm sorry about that. But I seen Ito fight Jamel Herring, so I knew what to expect as far as he was concerned. I wanted to see what Yoshino would bring to the 135 division in hopes that he would make himself a contender and make himself a valuable name that we would be able to speak about with the likes of a Gervonta Davis, Devin Haney, Cambosis. We know how stacked that division is, but I really look forward and I really hope that he would put himself in the mix. However, he just didn't. He landed whatever punches he wanted. He really impressed everybody. He won the fight in deficiency and easy hands. He really didn't have to fight hard to win this fight, but he would decide to go inside and fight in the pocket after landing the jab, then landing the 1-2, setting both of those up, landing his straight right hand whenever he want, which really hurt Ito, and Ito couldn't really close the distance from that 1-2. But as you can see in this picture, man, he ended up getting hit with some shots that would allow me to know that he would just never be successful at the lightweight division, at the super lightweight division, man. So I really look forward to seeing if he just stay in his country and fight somebody in his country and be successful over there. Cause I don't really think he'll make it at 135 over here in the States. Second fight was Junto Nakatani facing Yamauchi. And I couldn't wait to see Nakatani again. Last time he was spectacular to me, and I really look forward to seeing him get up out of the 112 division. But I want to see him up there at bantamweight with Noe, and I think that could really be a big fight. I think that they trying to keep them two away from each other, but they also keeping Noe away from Rashi Warren and Gary Antoine Russell, which we gonna talk about later on in this video. But back to that fight, man. Nakatani landed his 1-2, landed his jab, then set up the straight left hand, and then set up the uppercut as Ito would end up hunching over a lot, and he would give him that uppercut. Then he would end up finishing off with a lot of body shots, showing us that he wasn't scared to go in the pocket, and he was willing to take some shots. So Nakatani really impressed me. He would speak of fighting like a Chocolito or Yoka, but I really think that he wins both of those fights as they'll put him in a magnified spotlight, but I don't think that either of those fighters do anything for his progression as a fighter. We reward progression at OTB boxing class, man. Know that. But next fight, let's get into the main event, man. It was Murata and Triple G. And Murata did what he was supposed to do, man. He went in there, went to the body, as we could see in this picture, hurt Triple G to the body several times. He just never transitioned, and I need all of my fighters to know and all of my students to know, man, we reward progression. He had a good game plan to go down to the body. However, it just never progressed into going upstairs. Even when he did have Triple G hurt, you could see him in the corner smiling, being happy that he had him hurt when you needed to be thinking about finishing him off, as this this was Triple G's 40th birthday just yesterday. They already speaking to him fighting Canelo. So you really should have went in there with the objective to stop him in this fight. And when you had an opportunity to, you just didn't press the gas pedal. So all in all, you got what you deserve. You let this man go in there off the biggest layoff in his career and wait on him to come back and get his feet up under him and really feel the fight. Once he felt the fight, Triple G already worked behind that jab, so he land that jab whenever he want, and then that jab transitioned to the right hook, and then to the straight left hand. Then he came back, hit him with the right hook, looping right hook, should I say, because Mariota will have a high guard for a lot of time in this fight. But after that, we all know how good a body puncher Triple G is, and then he ended up going to the body, which we know ended up hurting Murata, and that was the difference in this fight to me. So Murata just didn't do enough, and Triple G showed us he didn't really show me enough for me to want to see him fight Canelo Alvarez. I just wasn't that impressed. He lost the first 4 rounds and he was hurt. So now you talking about people have a specific game plan to hurt you. This is something that I spoke about with Keith Thurman. When fighters have a specific game plan and they can now dictate what hurts you, then you really got to hit the drawing board. And I really think he should be rethinking this Triple G Canelo fight. As we know, he want to get his back, but shit, Murata beat both of the fighters that he lost to, not in knockout fashion. So I don't really see Murata getting his get back from this fight. I think that this will be the only time these two fight, and Triple G gonna hang up his gloves once Canelo tap that ass, and he just gonna be glad to hang his gloves up after losing to Canelo Alvarez versus him hanging them up in knockout fashion, because Canelo gonna let him stay alive. Canelo ain't gonna kill it. He ain't gonna stop Triple G. So I don't see that happening, and it looked like to me he just didn't want that Charlo boy or Boo Boo Andrade or no black fighter for that matter to end his career. And I hate to say it, but it is what it is. As KQKC say, we call balls and strikes. So shit, call it. We ain't gonna call a duck a goose, and you can't call a goose a duck. Shit, but we got Showtime news, man. Sebastian Fundora, Big Bad Tony Harrison fighting at the They all gonna be fighting at 154 tonight. So you got a night full of fighters who gonna fight each other. You got Sebastian Fundora. He gonna be fighting Erickson Lubin. And I expect Erickson Lubin to win this fight. And I think it's gonna look just like when Mike Tyson was playing the drums on Hangover. And then he gonna put that boy to sleep. And then you got a big bad Tony Harrison, man, who got into it with Luis Arias and the press conference. As we know, nobody sell a fight like big bad Tony Harrison, man. So I think that Tony Harrison gonna win his fight and convincingly fashion against Sergio Garcia. Sergio Garcia is a good fighter, though. I got a good film on this video on that fight if you ain't familiar with either of those fighters. And then we got my upset of the night. I got Carlos Zambrano upsetting Brian Perella. Brian Perella could not stop Tony Harrison after his daddy died. Tony Harrison say he wasn't even into boxing at that time. We could tell in that fight he ain't look like Tony Harrison. Tony Harrison is winning in all the fights that he lose, because he's winning in such convincingly fashion that he gets comfortable, and he ends up getting caught with one of them shots, and Brian Perella just couldn't land that shot. I done seen Tony Harrison literally put to sleep before. So nah, I'm not going with Brian Perella in this fight. I think Carlos Zambrano about to let us know that he on tap in the 154 division, just as Tim Tszyu did against Terrell Goucher. But if you are a subscriber at Outside the Box, then you knew that Tim Tszyu was gonna had a good chance at winning that fight, and Tszyu and Terrell Goucher did exactly what we said he would do and time that weight transition on to his front foot. But now let's get on to the guys, man. Shout out to the guys. Shout out to 3-time Olympian, 2-time silver medalist Rashid Warren for tapping in with OTB boxing class, man. Shout out to the guys up there working. Get well, Bunny. Team Main Brown. We with you. We gonna ride this shit out for the city. Y'all check out Duke Reagan, who fighting on the undercard of the the ESPN fight card tonight, and it's a good day to be a boxing fan. So class is dismissed. Hit that bell notification so they can let you know what next time we cooking up. And we out.